gang? It's your boy, it's your homie, it's your... Finish that, man. Finish that, man. Hey, man. It's finally over, y'all. It's finally over. I'm pretty sure Nick not dropping no more tracks. I'm pretty sure. After this, what I heard yesterday, everything with Nick Cannon is canceled. The invitation was never accepted anyway, bro. Your invitation got shredded up before you even sent it out. That's tough. How you made 3 diss tracks and get no response? You got ignored in front of the whole world. You going outside, Nick, but hey, we finna get on your head some more with this last video clip that gotta make. Everything wrong with Nick's Cannon invitation canceled. Now, Crip say Nick Cannon probably hate him after this one, so we finna check this one out, man. Bro, I just don't understand how you can possibly win this, Nick. You can come back with the most fire diss track, you still gonna lose at this point. Now that's saying something. And Eminem haven't said one word. Let's get it.
Invitations canceled.
A third diss track response, despite there not being a diss track to respond to. I feel like Nick is just trying to find a sneaky way to get Eminem to sing one of Mariah Carey's songs without him actually wanting to.
Oh!
1 minute and 54 seconds of Nick Cannon playing clips of Eminem dissing him and Mariah.
Bro, a whole 2 minutes, bro. It's like you trying to get the watch time or something. Nick, nobody cares, bro. Nobody cares.
In various songs, accompanied by Dr. Dre's voice saying, "Here's what they think about you," a whopping 27 times!
Damn, remember what Ice Cube said? Oh yeah, it ain't over, motherfucker.
Nick copies the intro to Ice Cube's No Vaseline, hoping that if he uses the same formula, his diss will have the same impact.
No!
But he's wrong. Very, very wrong.
Very!
Nick changes the pitch of Eminem's voice to avoid copyright.
To avoid copyright. But you want to go copyright everybody else. Mine ain't get copyrighted for some reason, though. I don't know why y'all's get. Mine ain't get copyrighted. And I trolled him the most.
Copyright issues yet. He copyright claimed my video on his song when I did the exact same thing to avoid copyright issues. So 5 cents, fuck you. Nick has officially run out of ideas to diss Eminem on, so he pulls the race card and tries way too hard at it. Black power fists in the background? Check. Sporting a sweatshirt of a historically all-black college? Check. Theoretical book about how white people are naturally supremacists and subconsciously hate black people due to their genetically inferior DNA? Check.
I'm being completely serious right now, bro. I know it's a long video. I'm being completely serious. Bro. You made yourself look terrible with this last one, bro. Now, I thought the other 2 was terrible, but this right here, you lost respect from a lot of people when you dropped this one right here, bro.
I understand race is an easy approach to take in a diss battle when it's 2 different races, but Eminem of all people, has he seen his entourage? Dr. Dre, 50 Cent, Royce the 5'9", Crooked I, Jay-Z, Proof, all of D12. I'm pretty sure Em is more respected in the black community than Nick Cannon ever will. Nick then smirkingly flashes this page from the ISIS papers. The book itself is a very pro-black movement that equates white skin as an albino deformity of black skin, but on this page specifically, it shows symbols of male genitalia and a gun, and in this book, the author talks about how white people subconsciously use guns as symbols to make up for their smaller penises in comparison to black penises. It's a cool idea and all, and almost a really good diss, but this is a theoretical, opinionated book that has several holes in its plot. It says some pretty outlandish things about white people and their subconscious and how people of color can't be racist, and changes the term of racism completely from the scientific definition. It's a very one-sided argument book that fits in Nick's narrative perfectly. It would be like Eminem responding holding a book that talks about how black people are subconsciously doing something in reference to white people because that's the author's specific belief system. It's a very interesting read though, but it shows how Nick is trying way too hard to make this a race issue. Fuck, that was way too nerdy for this video.
He been disrespecting our queens for years.
Gigolo is literally about fucking as many women as possible, where you repeatedly call them hoes multiple times throughout the song.
And then you had, bro, guess who you had featured on it, bro? Guess who? You had Mr. I Gotta Go Pee-Pee featured on it. Come on, man.
In fact, why don't you tell him how you really feel, Marshall?
Black White girls are bitches, black girls are dumb.
Nick Cannon plays a clip from Eminem's 1988 song Foolish Pride and attempts to paint an Eminem as racist narrative, despite Ray Benzino doing this exact same thing in 2003.
Eminem claimed he had made the tape out of anger, stupidity, and frustration. After
He been apologized for it, Nick. And you try, man, come on, man.
breaking up with an African-American girlfriend.
Spanking from me. The funky
Although the scandalous nature of Eminem's lyrics have given Benzino and the Source a newfound support for their claims.
Who is Benzino?
Perhaps the biggest revelation of the press conference was how bad Eminem was just 10 years ago, and how much he's improved since.
And we all
Hey, Em, I gotta be honest, that was terrible.
saw how that ended for Ray Benzino.
If you was really selling coke, well then what the fuck you stop for, dummy? If you slew some crack, you'd make a
Who is Benzino?
do from rap.
I love how Nick thinks he just dropped a bombshell on the whole world when this song has literally been available to the public for over 16 years. If
Exactly.
anything, as shitty as it is, he made the song more
Bro, I was 10 when that came out. 10, bro. 10.
catchy because the original song sucks, but he made this something you could bounce to. What are you doing, man? Eminem was 15 at the time of recording this song and had just been dumped by his African-American girlfriend. Granted, what Eminem said is horrific. Here's a clip of Crooked Eye talking about the situation if he was in the same shoes.
I mean, when I heard what M said, I was like, you know what? He's just pissed. If I was fucking a white bitch at the time and she pissed me off, I'd be like, you fucking white bitch. That's just what I'm gonna do. He was like, yo, this black bitch, whoop. It's like, yo. He was pissed. He was in a fucking relationship with somebody, and we say things when we're pissed off. We might not agree with ourselves the next day, but guess what? We say things when we're pissed off.
Hey,
And us as musicians,
it's over.
we go into the booth and we spew what's on our minds.
Give it to the
And
world.
I think the public don't give us an opportunity to change our minds.
Also, can we talk about how fucking hypocritical it is that Nick Cannon's bringing up something that happened over 30 years ago, and he's using it as a diss, but when it came to Kevin Hart tweeting out some really fucked up shit like 10 years ago, he jumped straight to his defense on Twitter and argued with everyone.
Black girls are bitches, black girls are dumb.
Why can't Nick Cannon's rap voice sound like his ad-libs right here? They're clear, they have bass to them, but when he starts to rap, it sounds like he's whispering again. What the fuck?
You be a guest in this house, but now you cancel.
Hey, more race baiting and Nick Cannon using somebody else's insults to insult Eminem. Get used to that. In all seriousness,
This
Nick
track
clearly
was
knew this
terrible,
comment
bro.
would get under Eminem's skin only because of the Lord Jamar interviews. Also, Nick claims Eminem is merely a guest in the house of hip-hop, whilst Nick himself isn't even a neighbor on the same block. Also, Nick Cannon goes back to his normal ways of not rhyming a fucking thing.
Put my motherfucking turban on. Outside your motherfucking suburban on.
What happened in the last
On
10 years or
and
so
on.
that made Nick Cannon think this was the way to rap? Like, the whisper rap was the way to go. Because if you look back and listen to, like, Gigolo and Dime Piece and some of his earlier songs, he
Dime
raps
Piece.
normally.
Protesting with AKs and guns.
Nick Cannon got more than one song? Hey, that's news to me.
In Dime Piece and some of his earlier songs, he raps normally.
Protesting with AKs and guns. Our queens don't need your racism.
For the life of me, I could not figure out what he was saying until I looked up the lyrics and realized he rhymed guns with racism. But he said racism to make it rhyme. And it's just... Man, I wish Nick Cannon would stop fucking trying to rap.
AKs, this generation.
Hey, more race baiting. Get used to that. Also, what does that even mean? How is one person an entire group of this generation, even though that group still exists in this generation? That's like me saying Nick Cannon's the bad rapper of this generation. Like, there's plenty
what
of
is
bad
this
rappers
whole
out there,
turban
despite how
shit?
much we all hate him. Also, Nick ignores the multiple collaborations and collaborative albums with people of the African-American descent, but nope, KKK.
Cause ain't no age for white race.
I would give anybody watching this right now $100 if they can lip read and see what the fuck Nick Cannon was saying during this scene.
Hold on, let me try.
I don't give a fuck.
Oh, I think he was talking to the cameraman or something. He was like, film this. I need my honey. I need my honey, Chris.
What the fuck Nick Cannon was saying during this scene.
Cause ain't no age for white race.
I don't give a fuck if his ass was young. Can't let that slide, that's on my son.
Yeah, God forbid Nick Cannon said some fucked up shit when he was younger. I once thought Nick Cannon was one of the greatest actors of all time because of Drumline, and then I got older and realized that I was fucking stupid.
It
These
was
raps are
terrible.
run, standing my ground. Fruit of Islam.
According to the Gospel Coalition for the Nation of Islam, a member of the Fruit of Islam is supposed to be respectful to all, regardless of color.
Lead the ISIS this paper, you racist. I see why you hate us.
Nick Cannon has literally brainwashed himself with this theoretical, opinionated book.
Yep.
Nick tells Eminem to read this book to see that he's racist, but this book's main point is that white people are subconsciously racist due to white supremacy. Therefore, he's always gonna be.
Bro, that's literally what the whole book is about, bro. I came across that book a couple years ago. I didn't read the entire thing because, bro, I don't care what color you is. I done told y'all this a million times, man. If I rock with you, I rock with you. I don't look at the color of your skin. I don't care. I know my history, but I wasn't living back then. That has nothing to do with me. I'm living for today, and if you haven't done nothing to me, I love you, bro. I love you, man. Let's get it.
Racist. Despite his actual racist comments, he's still gonna be racist no matter what.
Goddamn right, yeah, I'm on one.
Nick has spent a decent amount of bars referencing his Islamic faith, but then proceeds to casually drop God, which is an impermissible phrase in the Islamic faith and one of the worst things you can physically say in the religion.
Christopher Columbus, hip-hop wish you discovered.
Nick does his best Yoda impression and says the sentence completely ass backwards. Hip-hop wish you discovered.
Just for Rosa and Coretta, Asada and Loretta.
What is going on here? Like, what is the point of this? Nick has become so
Black
enthralled
history
with
class.
this race issue that he has forgotten why he's dissing Eminem in the first place. It's because he said he had no balls, in case you forgot.
Mom told your ass you was a guest in our house.
Nigga ain't got no nuts.
Let this pest in our house.
Lord Jamar also said that women in rap aren't real rap, which is super disrespectful to the queens of hip-hop, and it's literally half of the reason you're dissing Eminem for, so where's that Lord Jamar diss track at, man?
Exactly.
Also, how many fucking interviews are there of you out there saying that Eminem is in your top 5, yet you're calling him a pest right here? Make up your mind, man.
I know you and Eminem have an interesting history, so I'm assuming.
Bro, what is up with this turban shit?
Right.
But I still, Eminem's in my top 5.
My number one, Pac, hands down.
Okay.
My number 2,
Eminem.
Eminem.
Now, people may not remember this, but I do recall you having a battle of sorts with the likes of one of the greatest wordsmiths / rappers known to man in Eminem.
See, I won't buy none of that.
This is how you feel about us. We just gonna keep letting that ride.
Well, everybody else heard it 16 years ago, and you've been letting it ride since, so I don't see why you wouldn't let it go on a little bit more. Also, need I remind you, it was 30 years ago! Also, in the
30, bro. I wasn't even born. I was -4 years old, bro. Come on, Nick.
song, Eminem said black girls are bitches and black girls are dumb, and then Nick says you heard what he says about us. So is Nick admitting to being a girl right now?
Girl, you petty, bro.
Black girls are bitches. Black girls are dumb.
This is the second pre-chorus and the third chorus, and Nick says more words in the pre-chorus than he does in his actual verses, and Eminem says more words than Nick Cannon altogether.
Oh yeah, the Hop and Bob and all them other house Negroes that keep defending this motherfucker.
Shut your ass up.
I got some books you should read.
Nick says anybody supporting Eminem because he's white is now considered an Uncle Tom. I know a lot of people who are not going to be happy about this one.
Oh, and Marshall, I tried to give you an invitation. Now the invitation's canceled.
In Eminem's defense, you didn't give him an actual date to come on the show, and you can't RSVP to something that doesn't have an actual date. Also, this reminds me of this clip from South Park.
Where you guys? I'm going home.
How many you got, Kurt?
Dear Slim, I wrote you, but you still ain't called. I left my cell, my pager, and my home phone at the bottom.
Thank you guys so much for stopping by this video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this. Guys, I really want this to be the last video on the Nick Cannon situation, okay? I'm getting very tired of it. Nick claims every single video on the situation, regardless if I barely use any audio, if I change the audio, anything. And I'm sure this video won't be any different. But the first two, like, they were not good diss tracks and everything, but they were still fun and lighthearted. This one just felt like pure hatred and evil, and, like, I just didn't like the vibe this one gave off. Nick casually threw around the word racism, and, like, when people do that, man, it just, you forget what racism actually is. I don't know, the whole thing just felt weird, and I hope that the whole situation is done with. But yeah, that's the end of this video, guys, and thank you for stopping by, and until next time, it has been your boy Crypt. Love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.
Shout out my boy Crypt, man. Like Crypt said, man, the first two was very fun, bro. The first two was real fun, but this last one that Nick did by himself, he exposed himself, bro. He really let us know who he really was. Like, the diss track that he did by himself, he exposed himself. Now, he was just quiet enough in the first two that we really ain't see it. But in this last one, bro, you clearly know who Nick Cannon is, bro. And I don't try to make nobody look bad, but how you trying to call a man that has probably more black friends than you? How you trying to make him look racist? Do you know how many people Eminem put on? His best friend was black. Proof. R.I.P. Proof. Nick, you got to stop the race stuff, bro. This right here made you look terrible, bro. It made you look like Lord Jamar 2.0. You a stand, bro. Nick standing, man. That's all I got to say. I want to see hashtag Nick standing in the comment section, man. Let's get it.